What up, what up, what up, my salty dogs? Tonight we're going to be talking about the fusion of two things to make something even greater. There's the word chillax. It's a combination of chilled and relaxed that comes up with a nifty word that we all love to use and pretend that we're younger than we are. There's the fusion of pie and ice cream, which we call a la mode, a very successful fusion, one that I've need to lay off, to be honest with you. And finally, the fusion of whiskey with something sweet. But is this as good as the previous fusions here mentioned? Oh, we're about to find out as I sample the Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Whiskey Liqueur in just a few moments. Yes, that's right. Tonight I will be tasting, for your viewing pleasure and my tasting pleasure, one hopes, the Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. It's a whiskey liqueur. What is a whiskey liqueur? Well, a liqueur is as you may be suspecting from my rather Anvasilius intro, is the combination of a distilled spirit with something sweet. Or if it's not something sweet, some kind of herb or nut, but also the inclusion of sugar. Liqueurs are, by and large, a sweet drink. So if you're a sweet tooth, like my humble self, liqueurs will be right up your alley. As a result of this, liqueurs tend to have lower ABVs because you're including something into the spirit. This isn't always the case. There are some liqueurs that are around about, 50% ABV, but on the whole, most liqueurs will have a lower than the standard 40% ABV in there. The word liqueur is actually from the Latin liquefacere, which means to liquefy. Well, it's already a liquid. I don't get it. At the moment, honey and cinnamon seem to be very popular liqueurs out there. There's a Canadian whiskey liqueur called the Fireball, which is a mixture of whiskey with cinnamon and chili. There's a lot of honey ones like this. There's a Jim Beam honey. I think there's a Wild Turkey honey liqueur. Honey and cinnamon seem to be very popular at the moment. As I mentioned previously, even if the combination item is not particularly sugary, sugar will still be added to the whiskey liqueur. This is usually done with glycose, I believe. It's a bit difficult to do it with raw or processed sugar because that would involve melting that sugar down, breaking it down into something that can be more easily mixed into the base alcohol, the base whiskey. So glycol is generally used. I think the honey liqueurs might be an exception because honey is already by its very nature is a sweet, easily soluble liquid, whereas sugar is a bit more tricky to make soluble. So what am I expecting? Well, I'm expecting the honey to really dominate the nose and to dominate the taste. One of the hard facts about whiskey liqueurs is you're not going to get that huge depth of flavors that you would get with just a straight whiskey. The added flavor is what's going to dominate. It's going to upstage. It's going to overshadow any other nuances on there. But I think that's, I think this is what it's for. I mean, there are some times where I'm just not in the mood and I kind of want something that's going to be easy to sip and something quite sweet. And as you may have noticed from my other whiskey tastings, I am a sweet tooth. I like the sweet things. Jack Daniel's original recipe, Tennessee Honey. It is a whiskey liqueur. It is 35% ABV. I believe it has been artificially colored. Mellow flavor. This fine Tennessee honey liqueur has the distinct character of Jack Daniel's whiskey and liqueur with notes of honey, surprise, surprise, for a smooth and rewarding taste. Let's see if that marketing spin is indeed correct. Jack Daniel's is a very popular bourbon Tennessee whiskey company in the US. I've yet to do any of their straight whiskies or Tennessee whiskies or bourbons, but we have all the time in the world. Yeah. Honey, obviously. Caramel. Vanilla. Charred oak. Yeah, that's about it really. Yeah, as I say, the honey, I think, is going to dominate everything. So yeah, uh, honey, vanilla, very very mild oakiness. There's some mild apricot flavour too in the background. Very very faint spice. Very understated. I mean, it's everything's just blasted out of the park by that honey taste. I'd have to say a medium finish, and it's dominated with that sweet honey flavour. Yeah. Well, oh, it's not a whiskey. It's a whiskey liqueur. It's designed to be sweet, and sweet it is. It's designed to have the sweetness of honey in particular. Definitely has that. You pay the price for that in that you kind of lose all the other flavors take very much a back seat. All those flavors I mentioned, the vanilla, the oak, the apricots, they are very background, you know, and you're kind of really struggling to find them because what's really hitting home is that honey taste. But, maybe that's what you want. I'm not looking down my nose at it, but, yeah. Oh, even me, I'm a bit of a sweet tooth. I think I just prefer straight whiskey. I might do some more liqueurs in the future. Just because it might not be my personal favourite doesn't mean there aren't people out there who want to hear my views on it. And so we'll see. We'll see in the future if we get any more liqueurs on my little stable table over there. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you found this review fascinating, then please do give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of them, you can always subscribe to the channel. That will make me very, very happy indeed. Well, not happy. I'll smile for a few seconds. Glistening moment of happiness in the otherwise dreary doldrums of my life. And I look forward to tasting another whiskey for you salty dogs very, very soon.